TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
Up in here, take me out.
Hey guys, welcome to Talk Show Divas, streaming live in Douglasville, Georgia. I'm your host, I'm Deb, and I'm going to let my gorgeous sisters introduce themselves, starting with...
Hi Diva Land, this is Toya. What's up, y'all?
Hi everybody, y'all know who this is, Queen Diamond, always shining.
Especially today. Okay.
On this hot day.
Yes, it's like 1,200 degrees outside. But okay, listen, so we got a great show for y'all today. I want to say welcome to all our diva dolls and dudes out there. Thanks for joining us on this blazing Sunday when y'all could be doing so many other things. But we love you and we're just so glad you're here.
Yes, we are.
Okay, so we want to start today with saying Mahogany, our sis, couldn't make it today, but we miss you, Mahogany.
We miss you,
It's
Mahogany.
not going to be the same without you, girl. Okay, so I'm just going to go right into our Diva Dish.
What we gonna
And
talk about?
my Diva Dish today, guys, is something that Planned Parenthood did a couple years ago, and it was called the I Defy campaign. I don't know if y'all heard of it. It is a campaign to ensure young activists' future. It's a 5-year plan to identify, train, and to immobilize young people to bring them under their wing. They launched on Facebook Live January 2017 on the 44th anniversary of Roe versus Wade. This campaign asks young people to use their social media platforms to defy anything that they do not like, such as intolerance, didn't specify what, slut shaming,
Shaming.
oh wait, here we go, here's my favorite. They want them to defy putting abortion in a negative light, subpar sex, you heard that, subpar sex, yes.
I hope you elaborate on
Yeah,
that.
because what is that? I'm sorry.
Xenophobia, and other forces that obstruct justice and block individual choice. Wait, what? They say abortion isn't just a 4-letter word or something that we should not talk about. It's only a medical procedure and nothing more.
Okay. Well,
So, they launched this like in 2017, and that's what they're calling all the young people to do, is defy. I mean, no wonder this world is going crazy. Like, that's why all these people keep complaining about millennials. Well, you know what? They're being coaxed to defy intolerance. Okay, so if you have to be at work at a certain time, you don't want to be on time, so I'm intolerant of that. My boss is just intolerant of my freedom of choice to come in whenever I want to. Slut shaming. If you want to hook up with 3 men in one day, we're supposed to be like, great job.
really?
You're not a slut. Congratulations for being a slut.
So they want them to operate in this behavior. Is
Yes,
what
they're
you're saying.
promoting it, and they want
Wow.
social media. They want them to use their social media platforms to promote this. It's called I Defy. Check it out.
So
I defy.
what's the message here, though? with
I
that?
just
Is
told
this-
you. Anything
is
that
this
obstructs individual choice, they want them to defy it.
individual choice.
Yep.
Wow.
Is it trending? Is it huge?
It was huge.
So it's non-existent now?
It's not. No, it's not non-existent, but it's
Okay.
not nearly as big as
As
it was
big as it
before.
was, okay.
But I mean, that explains a lot for me. What are your thoughts on this, Kat? Because you've got young people.
Listen,
Like your rules, your children don't want to. Your children don't want to follow them.
Exactly. I have always had specific rules in my home. You know, if you can't abide by my rules,
Exactly.
then you need to get your own place.
Quick.
But because social media, television has truly brainwashed our young people, not just our young people though, our adults too, but the thing is they're using the young people who are our future
Yeah.
to begin
set
to
up their future.
Yes, to set up and tread these new unrealistic what you even call that mess? Foolishness,
Idiocracy.
buffoonery. You know, to defy everything. So it's like whatever that's good, they want them to defy what's good and promote what is unethical, promote what is ungodly, promote what is of no value.
What is broken? What do I say
and
is broken?
social media,
Moral compass. Yeah.
Right,
Go
and
on.
the social media, that's the perfect platform because, you know, it reaches so many people.
Yeah.
So
So speaking of social
Globally.
media, right?
You know, so
I mean, this is an epidemic. Like, imagine like the influence they have, and then all of these young people, how they're big on social media. Like, people live their lives by their social media.
yes,
literally.
they do.
So, which is it's something else we're talking about today, which is how
Yes.
it's ruined lives. But that's an awesome topic for later. So
Yeah.
stay tuned. But Toya, that brings me into your dish. What's your dish on?
So, I'm a dish on, well, in the spirit of adolescence, basically how to talk to, tips on how to talk to your child, meaning those teens. I have a 15-year-old, for example.
Without their face being in their phone?
Yes, exactly. Yes, seriously.
So you got, I think you have to text them and be like, can we talk?
Yes,
Sure, Mom.
and that's what, Deb, stop, because I'm laughing, but I'm dead serious. I'm serious. So my son is 15, and, you know, he at that age, you know, most boys and girls, you know, he is just everything,
Don't
yes,
stop at
Mom,
15.
okay, Mom. You know, he multitasks on the phone, and having a conversation. So my thing is, but aside from the phone and social media aspect, he's very quiet. You know, he's just quiet. So, you know, like when he comes in from school, I'm like, you know, I'm like, Carl, you know, how was your day? Good. And he goes straight upstairs. You know, I mean, it's just one word answers. So it just makes me think like, okay, is something wrong? You know what I'm saying? Or is it just him? I mean, you know, I just had that in the back of my mind. So I was looking up, you know, just productive ways, you know, besides me knowing my child, what are productive ways for me to initiate like a conversation, like, you know, to have him like say sentences basically. So I was going through that, but basically there's really no real answer. It's just that you have to find creative ways to talk to your child.
And that's so sad.
Yeah.
Wow.
'Cause when we were kids, like you wanted to talk
Right,
to your
you couldn't-
parents, you open your mouth and words came out.
And one of the interesting things that I read was like, for instance, you know, they're at school all day, and just like school is, well, our job is work for us all day, so is school. So a tip that I picked up from reading was basically, you know, when they come home, you know, let them decompress a little bit. You know, they don't want to, you know, immediately talk about, you know, their whole day from, because he has 7 classes and he's in high
Right.
school. He doesn't want to talk about what happened first period, what happened second period. So instead of me just saying, hey, how was your day, having such a broad question, chop it up, break it up. So for instance, I'm like, well, you know, what made you laugh today at school? So he can like zone in on one, you know, situation, or what made you mad at school? You know, so then again, that's one situation he can tell me about, and that might lead into something else.
See, now if
just
I asked
more
Connor,
specific.
if I asked Connor what made you laugh today, he'd say, this conversation right now, you thinking you're gonna get my face out of my phone and talk to you.
Oh, see, well, I'm hoping I get something
True story.
different. But yeah, so I put it in my spirit that, you know, I'm gonna start doing that this week. Like my other babies, girl, it's just blah 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 blah. They gonna tell me everything, you know. But it's just that 15-year-old that.
Well,
I
my
got it.
son, he stays on that game all the time and
Will
on the
that be
phone at the same
Fortnite?
time.
What?
Yes, and listen, he even
That's gonna be a topic.
Fortnite, he done created a video about when a child is at home playing Fortnite and your mom
That's the video
is
you were telling
bothering
us
you.
about?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes, he done made a video
That's
of
pretty
me.
creative. Not okay.
Very
but
creative.
pretty
Okay.
creative.
He made a video, him playing Fortnite, and then what he did was he done went in my closet, got one of my wigs, put it on his head, so he did a scene of me calling his name and him on the game playing Fortnite, and he acting like he don't hear me. So I start really calling his name really loud. So it's going one scene back and forth between him with my wig on, pretending like he's me.
Oh, he's so creative.
Yes.
I mean,
Are you sure you and Connor
It's
are
on
not related?
YouTube. I
he
mean,
in production,
crazy.
everything. Are you serious?
All up in production, girl.
I want you to
Y'all,
come audition for my show.
This Fortnite is going to be a topic, seriously.
It's
because
a
I got some Fortnite issues and stories. Oh my God.
Because I go and stand right in front of
Oh, my
the.
God.
You're gonna listen to what I gotta say. I'll just stand right in
Oh,
front of
my
the
God.
game, you know. But he done, because of that, he done made a whole YouTube video of
That's
me.
cute.
I got it.
Absolutely
cute.
crazy.
I got it. I
He
know
is
what
a
we can
mess.
do. I know what we can do.
What?
You and I learn to play Fortnite and kick butt at it. Go in there, challenge them, kick their butts, and then they'll never say another word. Because we are going to be the rulers
I
of
can't
everything
hang with
with that.
Fortnite. I can't hang. Because these kids they take it to here.
Yes.
A whole nother level. That is a professional
Kat,
game.
we want to hear about your dish now. What's your dish, love?
So my dish, a dear lady that's like a mom, you know, to me. She contacted me. Her son is in prison.
Okay.
And, you know, they say you have no rights, you know, when you're in prison.
Right.
But there still should be safety in the prison.
Absolutely.
So,
Oh,
you know,
man,
he was in a
don't say-
situation, and I just was wondering what y'all think and what everybody else, the viewers, think. But he was in a situation where he's in his prison cell, and he has another person in the cell. Well, somehow the cell doors open, other prisoners come in with a knife, so they have a weapon, and jumps on the other guy that's in the cell with him. Well, he was trying to debate, should he help him or should he not? Because he thought, what if it was me?
Yes, yes.
So he immediately
Ooh.
tried to help him because he seen the knife. He ended up getting cut himself.
Oh, wow.
And so he helped save his cellmate. But then
And the target on his back.
when the security guards and all of them came in, the correctional officers, they locked them, put them in a hole.
Yeah.
So now they're all in a hole, but him and his cellmate was tried first at the hearing, and have been
that's interesting. Okay.
and all their privileges have been suspended for 30 days. So they can't receive any outside food or anything like that, which I feel like is totally wrong because, for one, they were protecting themselves.
Like, what's the alternative?
Right. So are they going to get the other people that attacked them that came in their cell that was not supposed to be in there? So are they going to get the same, punishment as them?
That's the part I'd be interested in because what did they get a chance to tell their full story?
They told the full story.
Really? So how could that?
But they still suspended them their privileges for 30 days, and they also put them in the hole. Like, who does that? I don't understand. Because they fought back. So what are you supposed to do? That's my question. Yeah. What are you supposed to do?
But I think, and don't quote me, I'm not for sure, but the way that I understand it, that no matter what your position was, if you were defending yourself or or the attacker, everyone goes to the hole. So yeah,
I really think it's really unfair, and I think that there's something that should be done about it because. You're supposed, just because you're in prison does not mean that you're supposed to allow somebody to come in and kill you. Yeah. That you're not supposed to protect yourself. And my thing is, where were the correctional officers? How was this allowed? So it sounds like to me that it was a setup.
Yeah.
But if it happened that way,
that's
agreed.
An immediate ruckus. That's noise. Like, that's not, people, the men are, screaming, whatever. The security guards are going to rush to that.
Right.
Like,
so if it happened that way, agreed. But what do we say? There's three sides to every story: his side, her side, and the truth. So we don't really know the details,
No, we don't know the details, but
that's
according
ridiculous.
to
Right.
what he was stating,
Yeah. All right, guys, we have to take a break, but when we come back, we have got something awesomely interesting to talk about. So hang with us, share it, tell everybody about it, tell your mom and them, and
tell them to
back.
come on, tune in,
And
talk
we'll
to
see
us.
it. Yeah, we'll see it. We want to hear your comments. So
Yes.
we'll see you in a few.
Could you love me tonight? On a warm summer night, it would be so nice tonight. Could you love me tonight? On a warm summer night, it would be so nice.
It's where you find me. Hat to my nose, so you know I'm low key. High as a star, crew standing on the bar, singing on key. Okay. Me. Nice. Get it. Get it.
Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back to our Diva Dolls and Dudes 2 talk show, Divas, streaming live in Douglasville, Georgia. Again, I'm your host, I'm Deb. And you know my sisters, but they're going to introduce themselves again.
I'm Toya.
Queen Diamond, Kat Davis.
And I want to give a shout out to our amazing executive producer, Felix Washington. Woo! Big Papa. And Marcus Givens, who's our technical director, and Shantae Barksdale, who does our social media.
Awesome.
So thank you, because we would not be able to do this without them. So we wanted to remind y'all that if you wanted to do an ad, you can do a banner ad on our show for $100. It will run 8 times. And if you want to do a commercial, a 30 or 60-second commercial spot, you can submit one to us and we can run it, or we can create one for you. Just let us know. And you can do that, and the email is tv1061@gmail.com. I had to make sure I got that right.
Yes.
Okay, so the next topic we're going to talk about is something that a lot of people are talking about, and it is
Very interesting.
what they call the Clinton body count. Okay, so
Hashtag.
yes, Clinton body count. So, you know, they're referring to Hillary as Killary. Okay, so there have been several people who have come forward about this stuff, and where'd they go? So one person who was a former event planner for Trump, she posted a picture of Jeffrey Epstein's death notice and said, Hillaried, and hashtag Vince Foster Part 2. So, you know, Vince Foster was a deputy White House staffer, and they said he committed suicide in '93. He was involved in a scandal about Hillary's healthcare task force. They said he just became so overwhelmed with everything and shot himself. Well, of course, insiders say that's not what happened.
Depression and job.
Yeah, they say it was not what happened. They say he was a victim of Killary. A former congressman, the event planner, was talking about these people. I don't know what happened to her, if she's still around, but in 2016, Seth Rich, which was a Democratic National Committee staffer. I don't really know. It's unclear what happened to him still, but an attorney and militia activist, Linda Thompson, compiled a list of 34 people, she said, who went up against the Clintons and were killed. So she called it Clinton body count, coincidence or kiss of death. So a former congressman for Orange County trimmed the list to 24, sent it to hit the leadership in '94 when he was running. What happened to him? You have the Seth Rich, as I said, 2016, he was a 27-year-old staffer. He was shot in what they called an attempted robbery. It was rumored that he leaked the DNC emails and not the Russian hackers. And then you have Jeffrey Epstein, okay? His little black book for Pedophile Island, which is what they call Little St. James Island, had the fact Bill Clinton had visited numerous times, but he had 21 contact numbers and various emails for Clinton. They said that Clinton had deep ties with him, and it started off because Clinton liked the fact that Jeffrey had an airplane, so he wanted to be buddy-buddy, but he became really, really involved and immersed in his world.
This was after his presidency, correct?
Yes,
Because,
So he said that Clinton came many times, I think over 20 times, and then that Hillary came at least 6 times. There's so many more people that have, they say, fallen victim to, again, they call Killary. So we want to hear what y'all think also, viewers. Like, let us hear you. But, Kat, what do you think about this?
Well, I do believe that there's some shady things that go on amongst the elite, as you would call them. For one, I've seen so many different scenarios of what you just explained. I don't know how old girl got away with giving Clinton some head, without actually,
without Killary
doing anything to her.
Something too obvious.
Well, I mean, that is obvious. Epstein is too obvious.
I mean, like,
but
her life was hell anyway.
The thing
afterwards.
is, though, they said Trump released this notion through
Twitter. Yep.
And my
His
thing is, I feel like he's trying to get the heat off of himself as well, because he was deeply rooted with him too, and they have a video of him making a
Right, but
statement
this
how.
is way before Trump. The Hillary stuff started way before Trump.
Yeah,
I understand
this has been
that,
going on since the 90s.
but I'm
Right.
talking about Epstein
Oh,
in itself.
okay.
I'm not
Yeah.
talking about
I'm just
everything
talking
that's been
about-
going
right.
on, but I'm talking about the situation with Epstein. That's how they started talking about again about this Hillary and thing with the Clintons.
See, I read stuff before Trump was even named.
Well, I never even heard
Yeah.
of any
Yeah.
of this until
This was-
until
really?
all
No,
this.
we've been
yeah.
hearing about it
That's
for
how I was
years.
telling you.
Yeah.
I have this
This
topic
is
was
nothing
very
new.
interesting. Yeah.
Because there was a lot of other people that were involved with this Epstein situation when they said that he hung himself and then
Possibly.
you know,
Right.
that he possibly hung himself, which we don't believe at all. It just
Right.
doesn't even make sense. It's not even logical how everything took place. But it is very interesting and a suspect that these people that were connected to her somehow ended up killing himself or disappearing or whatever the case may be. But not only that, but Toya, we talked about how Hillary, the situation even with the emails and how that died down when the FBI when the feds were doing an investigation, and then it died down. All of a sudden, you don't hear anything else about it,
Right.
You know,
yeah,
so
that was front page news for months almost.
Yes,
like, and
absolutely.
yeah, especially around when she was running for presidency. Sure was.
So you know what? I don't know if you viewers used to watch Scandal and how it showed all those different things going on in the White House. Whenever they try to cover something up, somebody either got killed or they got threatened, you know,
It
or
makes
was
you
shut
wonder.
or pulled out of office or something, you know. So it makes you wonder,
It makes you wonder.
was those
yeah.
things
Well, I just want
really
y'all
something that's
sisters
happening today?
Yeah, exactly. I want y'all to understand that I love my sisters, and I'm going to watch y'all's back so y'all watch mine too. So you're talking about this right now.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I don't want them trying to contact us at all.
Guys, I just want to give a couple shout outs to Kim Smith. Thanks for watching, Kim. Thank you to Lynn, Misty, Brian.
Hi, y'all.
Felix, thanks for watching. Megan,
Yes, thank
Brandon,
you guys.
Tamara, and thanks, Gigi. Hey, Gigi, thanks for watching. Y'all, we want to hear from y'all. We want to hear what y'all think about this. Like, you know, that we're here. We're not here for ourselves. We're here for y'all. So let us hear what you think about it. Toya?
Yep. So I guess the question goes back to conspiracy versus coincidence. So I guess I would have to go. I would go with conspiracy. Even though it did an article that I read that mentioned that all of the deaths can be explained by either heart attacks, plane crashes, suicides. It's just that they all have that common denominator. They all have, you know, because like Epstein, he had a book. He had, you know, there were a lot of influential names that he had. You know, so yes, it could have, you know, could have been, but it's just that coincidence that Clinton they're associated with pretty much, you know, these 34 listed people.
Toya, I'm sorry, I have to interrupt you
That
because there's a
happened.
comment on here that's from Joan Brown.
Okay.
That says if people would learn how to critically think for themselves and not just simply believe something just because, look at the body of work from the Clintons and the body of scams from Trump, judge accordingly. And then they said, stop putting Trump on a pedestal as if he were God Almighty. I don't know what show you're watching, Joan Brown, but nobody's putting Trump on any pedestal.
Ever.
We're talking about Clinton right now, and we're talking about how this is about the Clintons. It's not about Trump. Trump's for another show. But we're going to contain this topic into what we're talking about. So nobody's putting Trump on a pedestal at all. We're just trying to keep the topic contained. So go ahead.
So yeah, but as of I forgot what I was saying. But
Sorry, love.
No, that's okay. That was a very good interruption.
Thanks.
But yeah, but right now there's no evidence that links to Clinton, so that's how they're pretty much, you know, flying by. But I mean, the
It
fact
is
that
so
this has been
strange.
going on since the 90s.
The
like I
90s,
said,
yeah.
And I don't really, I was a Clinton fan, well, still am a Clinton fan. I'm not just saying that because, you know, I don't want to be a body count, but but yeah, I've always been a Clinton fan. I enjoyed his presidency.
I love the Clintons.
And yeah, and Hillary, down to the daughter, honey. I love what's her name?
Chelsea.
Chelsea. Yeah. So I hope it's not true.
I hope they're not undercover savages.
Right now.
I don't think
you
it's
know,
undercover, though. I think it's like pretty much out in the open.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But we'll see what's to come. But yeah, but definitely, y'all. What do you guys think? What's going on out there?
Yeah, I really want to know what everybody thinks about it. But the interesting thing is, Toya, like you're right, it was. I mean, I was in I remember being in high school
Yes,
hearing about
exactly.
this stuff, and that was the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, and this is not, as I said, it's not new. And you know, people like you said want to be like, oh, you know, well, what about Trump? Okay, well, that's fine. That's
Yeah,
another
yes.
topic. This is about, you know, how all these people went up
That
against.
mysteriously.
Yeah, went up against.
Has
And
some type of
I'm telling you,
association.
the whole thing about Hillary, that's pretty clever, though. I'm sorry.
Yeah. They got
and-
people on deck, honey. People on deck.
Exactly. I know that supposedly what I'd read somewhere was that Jeffrey Epstein had and I don't know if this is true or not, but a painting of Bill Clinton in a dress. I
Yeah, I
don't.
was reading that.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird.
I don't know. Maybe it could have been a joke. Who knows? But you know, you never know why people do what they do, or you know, they're going to find any little thing to tie stuff together. I don't know if you viewers had anything else.
I mean, I know that with the Hillary and Bill Clinton, a lot of times we don't, the profile they project
Yes.
to us are that they are great people.
Mm-hmm.
So you would never
That's all I
think
know.
that they would do anything of what people are saying now.
That's how it
and
usually
like,
is,
you know,
though.
like it is, it's allegedly
Yes.
true. We don't know if it's true or not, because you can have people that work for you and do things that you did not order them to do. Just
Agreed.
because they're loyal to
Yes.
you and they
Yes.
feel like
They
that
take it-
somebody is a
that's a good
threat to
point.
you,
That's a good
then they're
point.
going to take care of it for you. You,
Yeah, that's
you
a
doesn't
good point.
necessarily have to do it yourself.
That's a
You
good
know,
point.
we've
yeah.
we've seen so many scenarios where
Ooh.
people were in situations and somebody that loved them handled it,
Yep, took into their
and
own
they did
hands.
not
Now
know, and they found out later. Now that could be for the Clintons as well.
Now that I can dig that. I can dig that. That's,
I agree.
That makes a lot of
I
sense.
just think that comment came up again about not putting Trump on a pedestal. I'm like, you know, the thing is, just to keep it real, he's not put on a pedestal. He's like knocked down, like he's Satan. That's what everybody acts like. I don't know anybody that puts him on a pedestal.
Well,
So
I
don't
know
where that's
it's
coming from.
definitely not us
Right, not the Divas
putting
thing.
him on the
I
pedestal
haven't
at
heard
all.
anybody put him on a pedestal. What I hear is
unless you're just talking in general, just in general.
Yeah, she could be
but
just saying it
yeah.
in general.
could be, but what I hear is, you know, somebody, you know, dogging, and then I hear people go, you know, let the man do his job. That's what I hear. That's pretty much the only, let the man do his job. That's the most positive thing I've heard about him. So I don't know where the putting him on a pedestal comes from. But Travis, hey, and then what's your baby's name?
Carl,
And
DJ,
and
Gage,
and
Anthony. Who's saying something?
hey, mom,
Hey, baby.
Who's that?
Hey, it could be anyone. I got 4 babies.
Lejay.
Yes, that's CJ. Hey, baby.
Okay, thank you.
Hello, he watching the Divas.
CJ says hey to his mama. Hey Travis,
Hello.
thanks for watching. It's scary because like, you know, people can say anything about anybody. And you play hell trying to prove yourself innocent, but not that they're innocent, not that they're guilty.
Right.
I don't know. We
Right.
don't know. We weren't there.
Yeah, because it could be us.
Could be.
A situation,
Could be.
and they say, "Okay, Deb, you did something."
Oh, please,
For
I've
instance,
never
let's
been
use-
falsely
let's-
accused of
let's-
That's
anything.
a good example. Go
I
ahead.
I was about to
Go
do a
ahead.
good example.
Go ahead.
For instance, you just had a situation where your car was broken into.
Ah, you
Yes.
took it. You
Yes,
took it. I
and
was
they could
right.
easily, somebody on the job could easily say, "Oh no,
You know
she
what?
set
That's
that up. She stole that computer because she wanted that Mac." They could easily say that.
Then
And
I
then-
should have been an actress because I was good.
and now you got to try to prove that that's not true, you know. And it could have been that somebody on the job that didn't like you set you up and
Set
had
you
it
up.
stolen
Yeah.
and made it look like you the one that took it.
Well, they said it's because I look like I had money, and I was like, let them come to my house. They'll see I don't have any money. All right, guys, we have to go to break, but we do want to hear from y'all, okay? Just, you know, let us know what you think.
Yes.
And we will be back, and we've got something else we want to talk about, so stay tuned.
Yes.
And bring your friends back with you.
Good afternoon. I'm Lieutenant Elmer Horn with Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and we're here at one of our communities, and Sheriff Pounds is here with us. And Sheriff Pounds is very involved in his communities, and he come out. We brought out our grill and our smoker so we can come out and help cook for this community. And Sheriff Pounds himself has come out and helped cook with us, and he's here to cook and help these folks today.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the programs that I call Taking My Community Back. If you don't get out there and get involved in your community, you ain't gonna be able to get it back. And the sad part about it, we losing our young men at such a pace that it's unreal. We got to come up with something that will help us with these children. Got to. So this is what I'm doing. I love it. I'm out here in the sun. It's hot, but like I said earlier, we're going to do these until we get that gap between law enforcement and the community bridge. We're going to bridge that gap because we're going to get out here, we're going to shake hands, we're going to find out if they got any kind of problem we can assist them with, and invite them to the sheriff's office and come to the roll call. Just come see what's going on at the office. Thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank you, Sheriff Pounds. And like I said, this is just one of many events that we bring this grill out to help with our communities and get involved. I'm here today at one of our community outreach days with our sound truck, and our sound truck is used for just what you see. We come out to community days, we play loud music, and be able to just have a good time with it and enjoy our community. At a sheriff's office, you get to see us in a little different light. We're not always out there writing tickets or locking people up. We come out to your community day and be a part of your day and help you celebrate your community. And this is just one of the ways that we can do that, was with our sound truck. We're here today in one of our communities. We brought our ice cream truck out. A lot of people like to laugh when I say the sheriff's office owns an ice cream truck, but this is exactly what it's for, is we bring it out to our communities. We give away ice cream. We don't charge for the ice cream. The ice cream is free. And we have partners in our businesses in our community that help pay for the ice cream so that we can give it away for free. And we give it away. We go to schools. This is just one of many events that we bring our ice cream truck to. We go to the school systems. We come out to community days, block parties. We just come out and see you and help you enjoy and celebrate your community. Thank you.
Could you love me tonight? On a warm summer night, it would be so nice tonight. Could you love me tonight? On a warm summer night, it would be so nice.
Boss up in here. Take me out. Okay. VIP is where you find me. Hat to my nose so you know I'm low key. High as a star, crew standing on the bar, singing on key.
Welcome back, y'all, to Talk Show Divas. I'm your host, I'm Deb, and these are my gorgeous sisters,
Yes,
co-hosts, which y'all look absolutely beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. You do too.
Hot weather.
So go ahead, introduce yourself.
Toya.
Cat Davis, Queen Diamond.
All right, guys, so we wanted to come back. I forgot to say we're streaming live from Douglasville, Georgia, even though it feels like we're streaming live from hell because it's hot outside.
It's hot, y'all.
Super hot.
Yes. All right, so this last topic we want to talk about is about social media, okay?
And we can't stop talking about it because it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
I just want to...
It has literally taken over the entire world.
It is the world. The world is it. Okay,
The world is social media.
You know what's sad is 60% of people on social media report massive negative impacts on their self-esteem after getting on social media.
Yep.
50% of people say that it has a negative impact on their relationships. And the Washington Times say that 1 in every 3 divorce cases have Facebook named as a cause.
yes.
Yeah. And then 81% of the divorce attorneys list Facebook as evidence in their cases.
And really?
So, yes. 81% of the attorneys.
Wow.
All right. So I wanted to say first, Toya, thanks for watching, Toya. Love you, girl. And George, James, again, Tamara, Kat's watching. Wow, Kat. Joan Brown says, topic is bashing the Clinton with conspiracy theory. No. Remember the Pizzagate? Guy was stopped from shooting up a pizza shop because he thought and believed the conspiracy theory that the Clintons were pedophiles. Really? Well, the only thing I say to that is imagine what things are going to happen to Trump because of all the theories about that. But we're not talking about that today. That's another day. And then nobody is perfect, but when you're in the spotlight, there will always be investigative journalists looking for dirt. True. Okay, so Ling Ling is watching with us. Thanks for watching, Ling Ling. So, talking about social media, guys, how it takes over. I don't know if y'all have heard of this epidemic, and this is an epidemic even bigger than our children with their faces in their phones. Believe it or not, there's something bigger than that. You ready? Killer selfies.
Yeah.
Heard of this?
I've heard of it.
In the last 6 years, there have been 259 deaths worldwide, selfie-related. There was
That's extreme.
more than 85% of the victims were between ages 10 and 30.
Yeah.
Russia launched a safe selfie campaign, and their slogan was, even 1 million likes on social media are not worth your life and well-being. In 2016, Mumbai has 16 no selfie zones. Of the 259 deaths that were selfie-related, more than a quarter occurred while engaged in non-risky behavior. The majority of men that take selfies appear risky, while over half of the women were non-risky behavior. Just to give you a couple, in Australia, a 27-year-old woman died after falling 30 feet onto the rocks below at Diamond Bay Reserve trying to get the perfect selfie.
Wow.
Not paying attention.
A college student in Oregon in May of this year fell to her death trying to take the perfect selfie. In October 2018, a couple in Yosemite Park died trying to get the perfect selfie. There have been drownings, falling from major heights, transportation deaths, like standing in front of oncoming trains to get the perfect selfie, selfies with animals, selfies with firearms, and electronic shock. Okay? Places that selfies are banned are India, New York City, London, Spain, Netherlands, Lake Tahoe, Brooklyn, Disney World, Hong Kong, Saudi Arabia. It's an epidemic.
Wow.
You know, it's bad enough when you see people like doing Snapchat, riding down the road. I'm going to say I do it when I'm stopped.
Right.
Or, you know, I see it if you,
I've seen that.
you know, I thought it was an epidemic when you don't even know what somebody looks like any longer because they've got all these filters, and then you meet them in person and it's like, who are you?
Right.
Oh, I'm blah, blah. I'm JD. No, you're not. That's going to be your cousin because you don't look nothing like her. So I thought that was bad enough. But this is insane. Dying for a picture?
Yeah.
Literally. Toya.
Yep. I think we spend more time like thinking about
To get
how
approval.
other people will perceive our adventure than actually just having. You know, we lose that moment in time. You know, it's more about how many likes will I get, how many smiley faces, or I love. You know, just the count. And it's like we forget to live in that moment. Like, you know, us, like when you're traveling, if you're a tourist, instead of like going to Paris, seeing the sights,
You miss
and
life.
actually, like, you know, living in that moment,
You
you're
miss
so
it.
consumed with, okay, how can I take the perfect picture because I have to show the world that I'm here.
You have to make it look like your life is more fabulous
you
than
have
it
to,
is.
You know, you got to tone, you got to put this filter on it, you got to put this
Exactly.
background with it instead of capturing that moment.
Right.
Like, you know, and the experience is gone because when you go home, did you really experience, you know, that piece of art? Or
because
the
you're too
Eiffel
busy
Tower,
figuring
you
out
know?
what caption to put on.
Right. Yeah.
So you miss the
you're
entire
bored.
vacation.
And instead
Where'd you
of-
go on vacation? Oh, my iPhone.
Yeah.
The
Right.
screen of my iPhone is where I went on vacation.
Yeah, I mean, most people, like when they go to, you know, out of the country, you know, popular places, they go to the major, you know, attractions. And it's like, you know, when you go to that, you know, you want to see like, geez, look how tall it is, look how. But as soon as you take that picture, you're doing this.
So you miss it.
Okay. And you're constantly checking to see, okay, how many people? Okay, I only got 13 likes. You know, let me take a video now. You know, and it's just people are going to the extreme. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm talking to myself as well, because you know, I've never did a killer selfie. I'm not even.
Well,
good at
I know because you're still here.
I'm not even good at selfies, number one. But you know, I do like to share my adventures, my trips and all that, my kids' moments and stuff. But I mean, I think there's a limit to it. There's
is.
definitely a limit to it.
But I really fear we're coming upon a time, and viewers tell me if I'm right, we're coming upon a time where people are not even going to want to go on vacation anymore, because guess what? The vacation's in your room. Their space is getting smaller and smaller. Like, you don't have to leave your house for much of anything anymore. Yeah. But the fact is, all of these selfies and then trying to put the image out there of, oh, my life is this amazing. You know what? Your life can be that amazing. Just get out there and live it. Stop worrying so much about what everybody else thinks or what it looks like to everybody else your life is. You only have one person to answer to.
Exactly.
He's up there. He's not down here worrying about how many likes you have.
Right.
Kat? And people are dying for it.
Yeah. The flip side of the validation part is the opportunity part. So now everybody's trying to do something that's going to capture the attention of television networks, the most funniest videos, different things like that, and they're putting themselves in danger to capture things on social media that they feel like will go viral, that will make them feel like...
You respond to that comment real quick, since it's about what you're talking about.
Joan. So, Joan, I'm reading yours. You said, taking selfies are not at fault for the deaths. It's narcissistic people worried about what others think of them.
But it's not just narcissistic people.
I just said what she said, laugh out loud. Yes, well, there is a percentage of narcissistic people. There are percentages of people that want opportunity.
Yep.
And there are some people that just love taking selfies. Not to kill them, actually get themselves killed, but it has become a fad. Just like when you get a new shirt comes out or a new brand comes out, it becomes a fad, and so everybody wants to do it because it's monkey see, monkey do. And that's just the kind of world we in.
To piggyback off you, not to cut you off, but also, like you said, everyone's doing it, but it's also, okay, how can I step it up a level?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's doing this. How can I take it to the next level? So you see, how many videos on Facebook have you saw when people, doing this selfie thing, they have like a totally wild animal in the background.
Right.
And the animal, and they're just like, look at me, and the animal freaking attacks them from the back, like.
And they don't understand, what did I do? I was just standing there.
How can I take it to the next level? How can I do it? And that's what these kids are
trying to do more than the next person did. So it's like I gotta outdo you.
Popularity.
So I
gotta one up. This whole world is about one upping everyone.
Right.
But you know what? And
everything's a competition.
But there are the percentage of people who, I lost all of my family in 2005, and several of them, we went to bed one night, woke up the next morning, and they were gone. No notice, no warning. So with that being said, there's so many times, if I'm doing something like with my kids or people I love, whatever, I want to be like, oh, let's get a picture of this, because all I have are pictures. Well, I had until whoever broke into my car stole them. Shame on you. I hope you're watching. Oh no, that means it's our viewer. Never mind, scratch that. But anyway. So, that's all you have are memories and pictures, and people go, well, you've got it in your mind, but guess what? You can't share the pictures in your mind with your children or your grandchildren. So you just want to remember that. And there's a percentage of people that are that. There's a massively huge percentage of the population who, as you said, Joan, they are narcissistic, and people want to be like, you want to one-up, Kat, like you said. But again, I really feel if this world stopped worrying about, oh my gosh, they look like they're having a better life than me, I need to step it up. Live your best life. Your best life has nothing to do with her best life, or my best life, or her best life, or his. It's yours.
There's somebody that had the mindset, and like we said, a percentage of narcissistic people that had the mindset to change social media into something else. Because initially, some of these social medias were created and designed to promote your business. And some of them were designed so that you could, if your family lives in another country or your family lives in another state and you can't get to them, that's an opportunity for you to communicate with one another. I feel like that was a wonderful tool. Like I can't get to see my family in North Carolina or Virginia or New Jersey all the time, but being able to video chat, being able to show them things that I'm doing, to share with them, I think it's a wonderful thing. But some people have just taken it beyond that because they need validation. They need to feel good about themselves, and I think some of it starts with low self-esteem.
Yeah.
So I have to
Absolutely.
make
Totally
you
agree.
look
Yes.
like I'm more than what you think that I am.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so
And think about the ones that we've seen. I know last year I'd heard more about them, but people who were doing the suicides on social media.
on social media.
Like, and I can't even,
It's still about life.
I can't
Still
even,
about
right,
life.
but you're gone. Like, I don't even understand how,
They want to go viral, girl, because some of them want to get paid though.
Exactly.
So they
I
what
mean,
they
they're
do
going
is
somewhere, but it's not viral.
they're going to jail. Some of them going to jail. Some of them going to the
Right,
grave.
exactly.
You got
And
some
they're
going to jail and some going to the grave. Because
Mm-hmm.
you know you had some of there where they committed murder right there on.
Yes. I remember that.
Social
There
media
there
are
was that
beating
incident.
babies
Yeah.
or
Yep.
animals. It's just
they're posting
ridiculous.
it.
Yeah. And they thinking they're not going to get caught. If you put that's when you know there's something mentally wrong with them. So
Yep.
mental health is a big issue too that has taken into play with this social media. There are a lot of people that are suffering with mental health issues that are on social media, and that's why some of this stuff we see is really outrageous.
Yep.
But I think that a lot of people didn't start out with any, I'm not going to say with any issues. People didn't start out with the issues they had. It's just they let social media take over. And it's insane.
It is.
It's the most heartbreaking thing. I mean, I think that social media is the best, worst thing that was ever invented.
It's a blessing
Yep.
and a curse.
It is
At
the
the same
it is the
time.
best, worst
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Like it can be the best thing for you, but it can also be the worst thing.
Yeah, it
It's-
really can.
It can ruin your life. It can make
Oh
your
my
life
God.
better.
You
It
talked
creates a
about the
different life.
divorces, how a lot of people have gotten a divorce because of social media.
1 in every 3
Yeah.
Facebook is cited as that.
Yeah, they had a lady that was posting she was sleeping with people's husbands.
Right.
And
We
she
talked
was
about that last
posting,
week.
yeah,
That's
and she was
insane.
posting people.
Like, and you don't even
picture.
know. You don't really know. Again, 3 sides to every story. Your
Yeah.
side, my side, and the truth.
Right.
So unless you were there and you know,
Yeah.
you can speculate, but your speculation can ruin someone's life.
It can.
It can cause. I had a friend who was on the SWAT team, and he said that 80% of the calls he went on, domestic disturbances, started from Facebook. That somebody said, oh, well, they were talking to my man, they're flirting with my man on Facebook, or he posted a picture on Instagram and she liked it. Okay?
Right.
Or, you know what, people take things however they want. People
They
create
do.
scenarios how they want them to be. And say I had a boyfriend, which I don't, but if I did, if my boyfriend and I had this way of joking on social media, and he's like, oh, shut up, or I'm not talking to you again, or whatever. Someone sees that and goes, I'm going to cause a problem. Oh, it was so good seeing you the other day, Ronald. Sorry, Ronald, whoever you are. Ronald. And then if I was the type to be like, the hell, Ron, are you joking? And then it's going to start this big war.
Yeah.
Here goes my suspicion. So all of a sudden I see this girl out.
Yep.
Who knows what's going to happen? Like
And not only that,
it's spiral.
emojis. These emojis have gotten people in trouble.
Hey, Christian.
Do not let us get started talking about the emojis now. You know they got emojis for
What
all
is this?
types
Wait a
of
minute.
things.
LOL women. MD Con, what does LOL women mean? What does that mean?
Who said that?
This person.
MD Con.
What does LOL women mean?
Listen, if you're talking about women getting upset with men on social media, there are men getting upset with women too.
Oh, you don't even know.
Yes.
It goes both ways.
Yes, men. At least we stick to the outside.
Right.
Y'all be in the DMs.
Yes.
Men go taking a step
What?
deeper. They checking DMs like who this message from?
Yeah. Why is he liking all your pictures?
Yes.
You know, so come
They
on.
went deep into it too.
Guys, we wanted to
Both
remind
ways.
y'all, absolutely, and sometimes the men are worse than the women. Yes, I said it. So I wanted to remind y'all that the best, most interesting topic wins a prize, and no one's claimed it yet.
Yes. Send in your topic.
We're waiting on you.
What you want to hear about?
Yes, and I wanted to remind y'all, we all have awesome things going on, and y'all pray for me because my event is this weekend.
Yes, excited about that.
100 influential women, and I'm so humbled by that, so
Yes.
thank you. And remember, just go out there and be kind to someone, pass it on, because the
Yes.
world is ugly enough. Just, you never know what somebody's going through. Never.
And be safe. Taking those selfies.
Yep,
Yes.
and again, thank you to our executive producer, Felix
Thank
Washington.
you.
Thank you,
Felix.
thank you,
Thank you to our Diva dolls and dudes for joining us today in this nasty heat. And we will see you next week. Remember, share, and if you
share.
want the Divas to come to your event, call us.
Yeah, on the way.
And whatever we can do to help, we will. Just spread the word.
Yes.
Because y'all want to be a part of this. I'm just saying. We can't tell you why, but you do.
Yeah.
So have a great, blessed week. Hey,
Yes.
Brandon, thank you.
Have a
Brandon
great
says
week.
women rule. That's right, Brandon. Thank you. Good call. So thank you. Have a great week, and we're out.
Could you love me tonight? On a warm summer night, it would be so nice tonight. Could you love me tonight? On a warm summer night, it would be so nice.
Up in here, take me out. VIP is where you find me. Hat to my nose, so you know I'm low key. High as a star, crew standing on the bar, singing out.
TV 1061. Conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.